Hey guys, Ash here coming at you today and Watcher of Realms. Welcome to the video, guys. I need some positive vibes, some love your way, especially if you need it out there today. Hey, listen, I want to take a moment. We're creeping up on 9,000 subscribers here on this, my fourth YouTube channel. We have Chat with Ash, we have Ash Raid Shadow Legends, we have Ash Watcher of Realms, and we have Raid Shadow Legends Champion Guides. So it's always like kind of crazy to me. I've been doing this for 10 years now, the YouTube game.
I wonder where 10 years went.
It's crazy that I still get comments of people being like, hey, new viewer, love your content, or whatever it may be. It's still crazy to me that there's brand new eyeballs on my content for the very first time, and I just wanted to take a moment and thank you guys sincerely. It's wild to me that people waste their time watching me on YouTube. But nah, jokes aside, it's honestly, I'm grateful for each and every one of you. So I wanted to take a moment before we talk about arguably a top 3, maybe top 2 defender inside the entire game, Baron, and how incredible he is. I talked about how good freaking Baron was, right? But I still didn't use him enough, and I didn't build him correctly. So I'm hoping that I can, any of me's out there who are doing the same thing, just underutilizing one of the best defenders in the game. Hopefully I can spur some change. But before all that, in the spirit of my thank you and hello to everybody here, we're almost 9,000 subscribers. As I said, 10,000 will be a pretty cool milestone. It still means a lot, and I wanted to give a shout out to you guys, depending on where the heck you are around the world, right? So we have the US as my top demographic, making up 38% of my viewers, followed by the United Kingdom, Germany, Canada, Philippines, Australia, France, Sweden, Netherlands, Indonesia, Poland, Romania, Spain, South Africa, Italy, Singapore, Chechnya, Brazil, Malaysia, Denmark, Russia, Turkey, Belgium, Greece, Austria. Well, you guys can see the rest. Shout out to all of you guys. We even have a viewer all the way down in Vietnam. 276 of you guys to be exact, or I should say views, but you don't really like my content. Only 2 minutes average watch time. Boo to the friggin' who. All right, let's jump into Baron, guys. Why is Baron so good? Who is he? Why is he the best defender out there? It's interesting in a game like this, right, where there's so many good legendary heroes, right? There's a lot of them, but frankly, especially when it comes to defenders, I prefer the epics, right? I prefer, I did a whole video on Titus, and a lot of you guys in the comments too, not a lot, but a few, were like, dude, he's okay, or he's good, but what about Olog? What about Baron? It's like, yeah, dude, I get it, man. I'm not saying he's better than Olog or Baron. I'm saying that he's better than most legendary defenders. Titus, who happens to be the most expensive unit in the game, by the way, which I mentioned probably 10 times in that video, but he's really good too, right? There's a lot of good defenders. Personally, I love Baron so much, but I still think I would give #1 slot in the entire game to Olog. I just love him that much. But Baron is becoming a very close second for me. And this is coming from a dude who I think I probably have the top 2 legendary defenders in the game on my account, or certainly in the conversation, and that's Brokir and Torador. This is crazy to say. I feel like I'm gonna get lambasted in the comments, but seriously, I'm not just saying this to be hyperbolic or to make a point or to pander to free plays, whatever the heck it may be. Give me Baron and Olog any day over those two. Like, I'm dead serious. Partially, it's just it comes down to the survivability, right? They're both absolute monsters. And what do we want from a defender? We want them to stay alive. And they're great at it, right? So let's talk about Baron. Why is he so good? Let's take a look at his skills first here. His base stats are okay. They're not like out of this world like some legendaries are, but they still do the job just fine, right? So we look at his skills here on his ultimate evil armor. So good. Create or cast a shield that can absorb a damage equal to 100% of max HP for 10 seconds. When the shield disappears or gets broken, deals AoE damage 1 time. On Awakened 1, when shielded by evil armor, increases attack and defense by 15% each for 10 seconds. Not bad, right? On the basic, and this is when it's skilled up, by the way, I should say that everything is max level that we see here on my Baron. Attacks deal 1 damage to 1 enemy, whatever. Immortal Wrath is passive. Attacks deal extra damage upon receiving lethal damage. Enters Unyielding, and you guys know Unyielding by now, right? It's basic, it's unkillable in this game. Will not die from taking damage, right? For 8 seconds. When Unyielding ends, deals AoE damage equal to 60% of max HP to nearby enemies. This can be triggered up to 1 time in battle. check this out, guys. If you can get him to A5, which I think I did with you guys on my last summoning video, I got a lot of comments about that. Like, congratulations, Ash, you just beat the game. And it's true. I mean, it's insane. Because on A5, you can, on A3, you increase the duration. But on A5, recovers 50% HP at the end of Immortal Wrath's duration. That's really good. So he does unkillable for 8 seconds, and then he recovers half of his HP. What? It's bonkers. It's insane, and I love it. As I mentioned, on his awakenings here, very lucky. It's crazy. I got so many Wraths, it's Wraths, what? Freudian slip. I got so many Barons. Did I say Wrath earlier too? Wrath is good too. Did I mention there's a lot of good epics in this game? Baron. I didn't even have him awakened 1 for the first 2 months I was using him, you know, playing the game. And then all of a sudden I just pulled, it was like there was a 10-time Baron event, but there wasn't. I just pulled 5 of them in one day. It was insane. You can see A1, we already talked about. A2, he's got defense. A3, he's got increased 3-second duration on Immortal Wrath. A4, he's got damage reduction 5%. And on A5, the recovering 50% HP, which makes him unbelievable. On his artifact, I have the Watchguard's Unity, giving him a max HP plus 12%, in addition to the HP and the attack already on the artifact. There's one stat that we really care about on this hero. It's HP, right? Defense is nice too, but I mean, going through his skills again, that shield is 100% of max HP. On A5, it's 50% of his max HP. On the damage, 60% of max HP to nearby enemies, okay? So he actually can deal some good damage from this ability as well. Now, totally want you guys to ignore. I thought about removing these gear sets just to prove a point that this is not why I have them on. It's like okay to have the insight, but I just happen to have like 3 pieces of HP gear upgraded from other heroes previously that they had it on, right? They're my hand-me-downs, so to speak. And I just threw them on Baron. So the insight is not going to be my first recommendation for you guys. I used to have just broken sets, and I think that's totally fine. The name of the game with this dude is HP, HP, and HP. HP bonus, and more HP bonus, right? Fairly easy to build. Let me go to mabucket.com. I always recommend checking out Mabucket on any of your heroes and see how he recommends building them, right? So HP, he says HP percentage as well. He's been playing the game since like before beta, alpha, over a year now. So I definitely trust this dude. He's aiming for 220% HP threshold over their base, 100% default. You guys can read, right? You guys can see the recommendations there. So all in all, we're just min-maxing his HP. For that reason, we really want to get Life Force on this dude as well. So Life Force, I do stand by. The Insight, not so much, but hey, I'll take it, right? What do we get? We get 15% crit rate. Each time a basic attack deals single target damage, an additional true damage equal to 10 times the caster's level. I guess it's nice to have, right? It wouldn't be my first recommendation, but it is single target damage and it's gonna work. Life Force anyway is 25%. So you can see we're just going for Life Force essentially. 25% HP bonus is pretty massive. So there it is. That's how we got to almost 100k in HP. I'm sure with better gear than I have, you can easily get him over that. It's all about HP and defense, survivability on this champion for that nice girthy shield. We do have a little bit of crit rate and crit damage kind of built onto him, or actually no crit damage, but a little bit of crit rate. I guess we'll take it. Don't expect insane damage from this dude. I would not build him specifically for a bunch of crit rate and crit damage. However, with that passive, he can actually dish out some pretty serious damage, and he's dealing damage after his ultimate as well. Keep that in mind. Remember, when the shield disappears or gets broken, deals AoE damage 1 time, okay? So there it is, guys. That's the build. I felt like I spent too long talking about the dang build. I want to show you this dude in action, right? So let's just go to artifact rate. I mean, the cool thing is we can use this guy, kind of like Olog, right? They have a lot of similarities. We can kind of use these dudes anywhere and everywhere, right? So you can do you can kind of cheese a lot of areas with his incredible undying, unyielding, and everything else he's bringing to the table. So we're gonna go ahead and have him, there he is, there he goes. So we're gonna have him basically tank. This is stage 17, 18, the second to last stage in Artifact Material Raid, right? We're basically putting him here. We need some more DPS on the dude, though. We're putting him here with Cuke on the platform. We have no healer, right? And it's beautiful because look at this shield. He doesn't need a healer, man. Between all those shields and all the unkillable and everything else that this dude is bringing to the table, we're just going to stack our Nightmare units here. You can see he's unyielding for 8 seconds. Guess what? When that ends, he's actually going to be able to pop an ult here. He recovers 50% of his HP. Cuke is just going to freaking town on this dude, just spamming, no heals at all on the team, and it's that easy, right? So with a Baron and a Cuke and a few fighters, that's all you need. I mean, you can just cheese it, right? You can do the same thing with Olog, same thing with Titus, my 3 favorite defenders in the game, right? There he is. I mean, Cuke and wow, Val actually putting on some serious damage there, not bad. But here he goes. I mean, he put 700k in damage, but he took all the damage. He tanked. He was a beast, and he healed and everything else, all on his own.
For me, it was lying on my back.
So listen, you can use him in Void Rift as in campaign. You can use him really, like I said, pretty much anywhere. But of course, where he's probably best known is Gear Raid 2 as well. So Gear Raid 2, I think I might need a little, on this stage, I might need a little bit heavier DPS. So hopefully you don't mind. It's still a hard rating in terms of my BP. But this is the level where, you know, those dudes roll into you and you need, you need some strategies. You need a lot of rotations. I just unlocked Volca. Let me know if you want to see a guide on her. But basically what we do here is, well, we place somebody with a shield, AKA, I'll speed it up a little bit here. Hopefully I can just do this entire thing and talk at the same time without having to go to 1x speed. So now we do this. The dude comes in, he does his Earthshake, his Golem Shriek, depending on the level that you're on. He's gonna go to the left at the end, so we're gonna station Baron in the left-hand lane, and we're just basically gonna set up here. Once he's done doing his thing, gonna wait a little bit, take damage over time anyway, there's no rush here. Now we'll go ahead and put him down. We'll put a healer down, we'll put Olog back down as well. We'll put our DPS down as well. We'll just delay just a second on the DPS. Now we'll go in and pop the ability pretty early on, make sure everybody stays nice and healed here. They will take a lot of damage, obviously, from these rolling dudes. It's just, okay, as soon as you see that Earthshake, we pull them off the board, but because of these massive shields, we actually don't have to pull them off the board, you know, which is really nice. We can just set up again, and I think Hollow might be a little bit too squishy here. Let's put Idril down. Let's go ahead and pop Hollow. Idril's okay. She's okay. She's okay. We'll pop all the abilities here. We'll go ahead and use Idril's ult as well. Gonna have to pull her off, guys. She was a little bit... Let's put our healer back on. Let's keep Hollow on until the next Earthshake, but we need to put Hatsuit back up there. Get some DPS down. But I guess what I'm trying to show you guys... There's Baron again. What I'm trying to show you guys here is... It's absolutely insane how these dudes, I mean, normally with this stage, as you guys know, most players on this stage can take Olog off here. Most players on this stage, they have to rotate troops a lot more than we are. You know, they're defenders. Now, in this situation, he's going to go right into unyielding himself. I'm not sure if we'll have a healer down in time for him. Maybe. Yep, Vortex is ready to go. Here's our DPS, and that's it. I mean, you saw what he did, right? He just healed himself. He's taking a lot of damage. He might die right now. Can I get another heal down? Yeah, he died. It's okay, though. You guys get the point, right? I didn't, unfortunately, when we were practicing pre-recording, I was able to do it without anybody dying. And obviously you can if you just time things right. But basically that's it, right? I mean, getting a healer down a little bit earlier, but able to take those damage from those rolling mobs, those rolling enemies, and at the same time still stay alive through the Earthshake thing, you know? That's really powerful. And even in later stages, Baron's still one of the most used defenders. Even if you do have to rotate him out and rotate him back in, which you see in like the end stages of Gear Raid 2, he is one of the top. He and Olog, and of course we didn't end up using him in that battle, but Decimus as well, right? They're the best defenders in the game. Decimus has this ability. You guys are probably familiar as well, but when HP drops to 0, he remains alive for 6 seconds. It's like a weaker version of the unyielding that Baron has. But I mean, if you want to tank a defender who can just take insane amounts of damage, look no further than Baron, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this guide on this incredibly good defender. Just load up as much HP as humanly possible, and you will not be disappointed with the results. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, take care, guys.